Good morning, boys and girls. I am so excited to get to be your teacher again today. This is the second day in a row. If you weren't here yesterday, my name is Mrs. Golson, and I'm a kindergarten teacher at George Mason Elementary School. I shared with the boys and girls yesterday that my favorite subject in school is reading. We're going to read another cool book, just like we did yesterday. So if you'd like to see it, let me share my screen. Go ahead. Just a minute while it pulls it up. All right, so we are going to be reading a book called What Does It Mean to Be Green? What does it mean to be green? That's the title of the book. Do you think this book is going to be fiction or nonfiction? Remember, fiction is written to tell us a story or to entertain us, and nonfiction books are usually written about real things and they give us information. What do you think? I think so too. I think this book is going to be nonfiction. What makes you think that? Well, the kids on the cover of this book are real kids, aren't they? It's not an illustration, that's an actual photograph of real kids. That's a good clue that this is probably a nonfiction book. Authors of nonfiction books write about a topic that they want us to know about, right? What is a topic? Do you remember from school? A topic is what a book is mostly about. How can we figure out a book's topic? When I'm trying to figure out a book's topic, all I do is look for clues in the picture or in the text. On the front cover of a book, I look at the title because usually there are big clues in the title. What does it mean to be green? It sounds like being green is probably an important clue, doesn't it? Now let's look for clues in the front cover's photo. Looks like two kids are riding their bikes. That's a clue. Do you think this book is about bike riding? No, that doesn't mean what it would say. What does it mean to bike ride, not be green? Let's figure it out together. The way to figure it out, boys and girls, is to look for clues in the text and in the pictures. And to do that, we're going to be story detectives like we were yesterday. We have to look for clues. Remember, if you don't have binoculars like mine, all you have to do is do your story binoculars like this. Let me see them. Oh yeah, those are great. You're going to be able to definitely find clues with those. Our I can statement for this lesson is I can identify the topic of a nonfiction book and make predictions as I read by looking for clues in the pictures and the text. As we read the book, we're going to be able to identify what each page is going to be about by looking for clues and using our story detective binoculars, right? You guys were so good at this yesterday that I know you're going to be good at it today. By looking for clues, we're going to be able to figure out what the author is trying to give us information about. Now, what do we already know about going green? I asked some of my friends back at George Mason Elementary, and they gave me some pretty good facts that they already knew. One little boy said, people talk about going green when they plant trees. That makes sense. Another little girl said, my teacher tells us that our classroom can be green when we recycle. Now raise your hand if you have a blue recycling bin in your classroom. We do. Oh, so it sounds like a lot of classrooms might be green. We talk a lot about being green on Earth Day. Now, today is Friday. Earth Day was 2 days ago on the 22nd of April. And there was a lot of talk about being green on Earth Day. We're going to talk a little bit about that later. What do we want to know? One little boy said, why is it important to make green choices? Another little girl said, What are some ways that I can be green at home and school? Another little girl said, what does it mean to recycle something and why is it better than throwing it in the trash? I think we're going to learn a lot about that. We're going to be able to do the what I learned column toward the end of the lesson. But first, before we read our book, there are some words that we need to know. The first word up is pollution. Pollution is chemicals, fumes, waste, or garbage that harms the earth. Whoa, look at all those fumes and all that waste going up into the air. Do you think that would be good to breathe in? I don't think so either. That is pollution. The next word is landfills. Landfills are huge holes in the ground that are filled with garbage and then covered up with soil. Whoa, that's a lot of trash, isn't it? So people dump all their trash there, and then when it gets filled up, they cover it with dirt. I wonder if that's good for the earth. Natural resources. Natural resources are useful materials such as trees and water that are found in nature. The next word is reduce. Reduce just means to use less of something. That might mean using your car less, using lights less, using water less. Anytime you use less of something, you're reducing your use of it. Reuse. Reuse means to use something again. Maybe you could reuse an old newspaper as gift wrap or use an old can as a pencil holder. Recycle. Now that's going to be a big one through our book. Recycle means to change or process something so it can be used again, sometimes in a different way. Are you ready to read our book? What does it mean to be green? Let me open it up, boys and girls, so we can read it. I'm excited. All right. Earth in trouble. Every day we do things that harm Earth. We waste energy and cause pollution, throw away too much garbage and cut down trees. These are just a few of Earth's problems that we are creating. Not the same. If we do not respect planet Earth and keep it healthy, plants, animals, and people will not have a safe place to live. Pollution will increase and garbage will pile up. We will run out of natural resources. Earth as we know it will not be the same. Check out those photographs, boys and girls. The caption down below that photo says, too much garbage harms Earth's land, water, and living things. We definitely don't want that, do we? Now, on the next page, I'm not going to tell you what it's about. I want you to use your binoculars. Ready? I want you to tell me what you think this page is going to be about. What do you think it's going to be about? I wonder if it's going to be about trees. But what are those big pieces of lumber for? I don't know. Let's see. Going green. Have you ever heard of going green? Going green means changing how you live. I'm going to say that one more time, boys and girls. Going green means changing how you live and how much you buy and throw away. It means using less energy and trying to conserve or protect all of Earth's natural resources. The 3 R's, reduce, reuse, and recycle, are another part of going green. The caption above those pieces of lumber say, take action. Trees are an important natural resource. Trees can help clean the air and give us materials such as paper and wood. Can you think of ways to conserve this natural resource? Maybe we could try not cutting as many down. That's one way we could conserve. What's another way? Oh, that's a good idea. I like that idea. All right, turn it off. Fossil fuels are non-renewable natural resources that are burned to fuel cars, heat homes, and supply electricity. Appliances that are plugged into wall outlets, such as toasters and computers, use electricity. Burning fossil fuels creates air pollution. Earth Hour. Near the end of March each year, people around the world participate in Earth Hour. During Earth Hour, people turn off their lights for 1 hour of the day. They do this to raise awareness about pollution and global warming. All right, story detectives, I want you to use your binoculars and we're going to figure out the topic of this page. What do you think the topic of this page is going to be? Let's look at our pictures for clues. Looks like somebody's brushing their teeth, and then those buckets down there might be full of, what do you think? Maybe water? Yeah. The heading of this page says water worries. So the topic might be what? Yeah, water. Let's see. Water is a natural resource, you guys were right, that we use every day. We use huge amounts of water without realizing how precious it is. Only 1% of all the water on Earth is available as fresh water for people to use. Saving water is a big part of going green. The caption of that photo says, collect rainwater in buckets to water your plants instead of using water from your tap. Who takes the longest shower in your home? Ask your family members to shorten their showers by 1 or 2 minutes. In 1 month, your family will help save hundreds of gallons of water. Save water by turning off the tap while you're brushing your teeth. You can also keep a pitcher of water in the fridge instead of running the tap for cold water. Keep it clean. Harmful fumes, waste, and chemicals from cars, ships, airplanes, and other vehicles cause pollution every day. This pollution creates global warming. Global warming heats up Earth and can make it hard for plants, animals, and even people to survive. It says riding your bicycle to school is a simple way to keep the air, land, and water clean. Earth Day. Remember I told you we were going to talk about this? Earth Day is on April 22nd each year. On that day, people all over the world remember to help Earth. Some Earth Day activities include picking up litter in your neighborhood, riding your bicycle to school, or shutting off your computer for the entire day. Check out that picture. What are they doing? The caption says, many people plant trees on Earth Day. Reducing. Reducing means using less. It is a big part of going green. It means using less energy, throwing less garbage away, and not wasting things. Writing on both sides of a piece of paper reduces the amount of paper you use. A clothes dryer uses a lot of energy. Hanging clothes on a rack or clothesline is a good way to reduce energy. Take action. There are easy ways you and your family can reduce. Buy a large container of juice instead of little juice boxes. Conserve energy by putting on a sweater to keep warm instead of turning up the heat. Try to think of 4 other ways you and your family can reduce. Reusing. Going green also means reusing items. Reusing means using something again, maybe in a different way. Now, if I hadn't read those sentences, what do you think the main topic of this page would be? By looking at the pictures, remember we talked about reusing, meaning that you can use something again in a different way? And I talked about using newspaper as gift wrap. Well, look at that picture. And look at the picture over there. What do you think those kids are doing? It looks like they're giving something away. The topic of this part of the book is about reusing. Reusing things makes the most of the time, money, materials, and energy used to make the items. It also creates less garbage that ends up buried in landfills. Give it away. Millions of people around the world do not have the money to buy clothes, shoes, and toys. Rather than throwing out items you no longer want, give them to someone who can use them. Recycling? Recycling, that's the header of this. So what do you think that the topic is going to be of this page? Let's use our story detective binoculars. I'm looking at the photos for clues. What do you think the topic is going to be? Usually, whatever the heading is a big clue for the topic. So the header of this is recycling. I'm going to guess that the topic of this is recycling. Let's see. Recycling means changing or processing something so it can be used again. You can recycle a lot of things, including cans, paper, glass, and plastic. All these things can be turned into many new products. Food and yard waste can be recycled and turned into compost. Compost is a waste, such as dead leaves or vegetable peels, that can be broken down. Over time, compost changes into rich soil that helps plants grow. What do you think this page is going to be about, story detectives? Let's use our binoculars. Do you see any clues in the photo? I think you're right. I think this page is going to be about trees. That's probably going to be the topic. The header says, save trees. Trees are important to life on Earth. They take in carbon dioxide from the air and let out oxygen that living things need to breathe. They are homes for many animals and provide people with wood, paper, and foods, including fruits, nuts, and seeds. So timber companies cut down huge areas of a forest. Often trees are cut down faster than they can grow. You can help save trees by reducing, reusing, and recycling all your paper products. Make a list of other ways you and your family can go green by using the 3 R's. Go green. Anyone can go green. All you need is a little know-how. Review the different ways to go green in this book or research other ways on the internet. Then form a green group at your school or in your community. Your green group can pick up garbage in the schoolyard or plant trees in the neighborhood. That was a lot of information, wasn't it, boys and girls? It sure was. Did you learn a lot? I did. I learned a whole lot. As a matter of fact, I want to write down what you learned. Now, I might not be able to write down everything that you learned, so please feel free to tell your parent or whoever is watching with you what you learned if I miss it. We learned all about the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle, and how we can do each one at home or at school. We learned that our choices impact the living things around us. If we do not do the 3 R's, we learned that the landfills will get overcrowded, that we cause pollution, things like that. So we need to make green choices so that we make a positive impact, right? We also learned that we can save water and recycle at home and at school to help protect the earth. So I'm sure you guys learned a lot more than that. That was a lot of information. So if you learned even more, I want you to turn and tell a friend right now something else that you learned in the book. What was your favorite part? I'm hearing a lot of good ideas. What was the main topic of the book we read? I know that we saw a lot of little topics like reusing, recycling, ways to save trees. Those were little topics throughout the book. But what was the main topic of the book that we read? What was the main topic? Yeah, it was how to go green. The whole book was how to be green and how to make green choices, right? Let me ask you, how did we identify the topic of the book or the topic of each chapter? How did we do it? Yeah, we used our story detective binoculars and we looked for clues in the text and in the pictures, right? You guys are so good at that. I love when I see you do your binoculars. Why do you think the author chose to give you information about this topic? Do you think going green is important? Do you think the author thinks that going green is important? I think that if she wrote a book about it, she probably feels like it's pretty important and wants other people to know about it, don't you? I think so too. So today in our book, you guys identified the topic of a nonfiction book and you made predictions as you read by looking for clues in pictures and by reading the text. Great job. I want you to kiss your brain. Mwah. You guys are so smart. Now, there are some more fun activities that you guys can do. We just read a nonfiction book about recycling, right? How about a fiction book? I want you to listen to a fictional book called Michael Recycle. It's about a little boy who saves the world by doing the 3 R's and teaching a town how to use the 3 R's. After the story, I want you to do a 5-finger retell with a friend or a parent. If you don't remember how to do a 5-finger retell, just remember that you have to tell us the setting, the character, the beginning, the middle of the story, and the end. I know you can do it. The next thing I want you to do is write and illustrate how you think the world would be if we didn't make green choices. What if we didn't? What if we didn't reuse or reduce or recycle? How would it impact the living things around us? I want you to draw a picture of what you think the world would look like and describe the picture below what you write. I want you to write about, remember, whatever you write about should match the picture that you drew me, right? Don't forget to share your prediction with a friend or a loved one. Your teacher would love to see your work. All right, the last thing you can do, and probably my favorite activity, is that you get to go on a virtual field trip, boys and girls. You get to explore a virtual field trip with Murray from Sesame Street. Murray recycles a milk jug and then wonders what happens after it goes in the recycling bin. Where do you think it goes? What happens to it? Watch to find out. All you got to do is click the link. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson and I hope that you learned a ton. I sure did have fun being your teacher today, and I hope that you're enjoying learning from home. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and keep learning and keep being the smart boys and girls that I know you are. You guys did a fantastic job being story detectives. I'm so proud of you. Nobody has told you that today that they love you. I love you, we love you, and we always will. Have a good one, guys.